G'day, how you going? I'm Brenton, the rookie entrepreneur. You're probably wondering why there's the big intro of the Rocky Balboa. And the way I put it is, it's a little bit, being an entrepreneur is a little bit like facing Apollo Creed himself. There's going to be you're going to get knocked down a lot of times, and you're going to have to get up a lot of times. So, so I'll put a bit of Rocky in there too. You're going to have a lot of courage, basically, to jump in that ring, to take on these guys, and to really have a dip. And you're going to have to be prepared to fail, to get back up, get back to training, and have another shot. So there you go, Rocky Balboa. Why am I doing this video? So this is my YouTube. This is my first video. This is the rookie entrepreneur introduction, and I wanted to make a video. Because the ones that I watch, a lot of these videos, the ones that I watch are usually from blokes who are already established and have made it, and they're telling us about their journey, and they go through a step-to-step process, and that's great, and that really does help us, and it gives you some hope, and if you follow their footsteps, you should end up in a similar place. So they're really making a blueprint of which direction to head in. So that is good, but the one thing you don't see is their struggles that they tell you about, and it's easy for them to tell you to get up and stuff like that, but yeah, I wanted to make one where it's actually, where you follow me, we go together. This is a journey that we take as a group, and you guys might take this personally, and I hope it inspires you to get up and keep going, because I've been knocked down so many times. I'm still in the early stages of my journey, and yeah, so I just wanted to make one that you could relate to and be in a position. I've got no money, and so basically my story is I injured my back 18 months ago, so I need a disc replacement. My life crumbled around me. I've got 5 children. I've worked labouring jobs all my life. I've been used my brawn. I grew up on a farm, but now I have to change my way of life, my way of thinking, and just go in another direction. So that's how this all come about, and this is the journey I'm on. And on my business that I've been working on, it's called Addition Works. Go to my website and have a look. That'll tell you all about that. I haven't got enough time to tell you right now, but additionworks.com.au, and you'll find out about it there. And it's a great initiative, and I want you to get behind it. It'll be great. And I've got a Facebook page, Addition Works. Look it up. There's a competition there you can jump on for free. We're giving a $5,000 holiday to anywhere around Australia. You have to fly over to Australia if you're in another country, but it's all about Australia, and you'll see when you go to my website. But anyway, the rookie entrepreneur is more about the journey, fighting through it, getting through the hard times, and working together. And my dream is to make a connection and to make a group of people come together, and maybe we could make some sort of website that we can make those connections. That's one of the biggest things as an entrepreneur that I'm finding hard, is reaching out, finding those people who want to connect with your idea, want to help you out. So I've got this great initiative, great idea, but I lack on the education side of things. I can get some help with the financial side of things, but the marketing and stuff like that, which I've made connections now, but it's very hard, and it'd be great if you could go to one place, express your idea, maybe have some sort of non-disclosure form and so forth, that we sign up to this thing, and then you could look at other people's ideas. Yeah, I can help you out here, I offer you this, and basically make connections. That'd be great. So what I want to do is I want to inspire other entrepreneurs. So this journey, they might think, if this bloke can do it, he's got no money, he's $400 a week less off than what he used to have, he can't get no loans because of he's on a workers' compensation, but he's still having a go, and he can make something happen. If he can make it happen in Tasmania, which is a little island underneath Australia, you could make it anywhere. So that's what this is all about. It's just to prove that having a dip, believing in yourself, and having a true desire that you can make it too, and we can make this journey together. So what will you get out of watching these videos? So I'm hoping the same thing, that I'll inspire you, that you'll learn some of the lessons that I've made, where I've gone wrong, what I've done, how to change your approach maybe for your business, and you'll see how to pick yourself up when you're down. Like I get down probably once a week, even more sometimes. So it's very hard. It'd be easy to give up, but you've got to find something, and you've just got to take one little step at a time. As long as you're doing one little thing, and you keep moving forward and you keep getting up that ladder, you eventually get there. Well, that's the plan that I've been told, and that's the plan that I'm following. So come on this journey with me and see if it works. I don't know, maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I'm going to give it my best shot. So that's what you're going to get out of it. How am I going to deliver that to you? So I want to make a video each week, maybe every couple of days. We'll see how we go with this. I'll get you up to speed to where I am and the next steps that I'm going to take, and we could take those steps together, and we can talk about this as a community and say, hey, how about you try this, and you express your ideas, what you're struggling with, and maybe we can make those connections and make the dots, we'll link the dots to dots, and we'll get there and we'll make a big picture out of it. So that's what I'd like to do. That's what you're going to get out of it, and that's how I'm going to deliver it. So let's get this started. My first thing, so I injured my back, as I said. I was down in the dumps. I was probably the lowest I've ever been in life, really struggling. How am I going to do this? I watched a video called The Secret. Everyone's heard of it, and if you haven't, you've got to watch it. I've read the book now, but the movie was the first thing that I've seen that really inspired me. Now, it's really about thinking positive, getting your head in the right mindset. And some people think it's a bit of jargon or whatever, but it's so true. Like, the days when you stump your toes getting out of bed, and then you'll have a shocking day after. Everything just seems to go wrong. But then you'll have the days where you wake up, you're energised, you feel good, you feel positive, and everything just falls into place. You have a great day at work, nothing can go wrong, and that's what that's all about. And it's a big important thing about it. Another person that I watch, it's a YouTube channel, Valuetainment, and if you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. I watch him every day. His name's Patrick Bet-David. He is brilliant. He's so he likes his positive things, but he's not all about that. He's more about action, making the right decisions, and you can learn a lot from his past, what he's done, where he's been. So he's a great one to watch. Very smart, very intelligent man. So I like to watch him every day. He really inspires me. So Valuetainment, look it up. Subscribe to him. He's trying to get 1 million subscribers, and he's a top bloke, and I hope he does. And I hope I do one day, and I get to have a coffee with him or a few frothies. So that's a big step. So you've got to watch that movie. So today is just about the first step. We're going to go step by step each video. Let's do this together. The rookies together. You're a rookie. I'm a rookie. We can do this. So watch that video. Once you've watched that video and you start getting yourself in the right mindset, it's all about you've got to be fit. You've got to change your habits. Habits I've read many books now. I never used to read books, but I've read plenty now. It takes about 3 weeks to get to change habits. So that first 3 weeks is the hardest. And you've got to stick at it, and you've got to do it. And if you stop and you don't, mate, start again. Start from day one and work your way through those 21 days. I started off just doing the 10 push-ups. I do 3 sets. I do 10 push-ups on the sink. Obviously, I've got a bad back, so I can't do it on the ground. I just do the 10 push-ups with my hands together, 10 push-ups with my hands right out, and 10 push-ups with them level with my shoulders. And I do 4 sets of those. So the 3 times 10 and 4. And then I work myself up the next week, 12s, 15s, 20s. Eventually, I'm up to 45 now that I do. And it just keeps me fit, and it makes you, when you're fit, you get more oxygen to your brain, which makes you think clearer. So when we're tired, when we don't have that fitness, we don't think straight, we don't think clear. So it's very important to do that. It gets the endorphins going, and you feel good afterwards. So it's an accomplishment. It's like you've already achieved something, and that's what it's all about. Every day is just achieving something. It doesn't matter if it's this big, as long as you're achieving one little thing. I've had some terrible days, and just making one phone call is good enough, and it just ticks off something off the list. And then tomorrow I might start again, and then I'll get 5 things done. And then the next day it might be 1 or 2. But you just got to keep moving, getting one little thing at a time, and you eventually get there. It's a pretty simple equation. Watch that video. Then this book here, you've got to get it. It's the first book I read. Every entrepreneur, all the videos I watch, Patrick Bet-David, he recommends it. Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, you name them. All the top blokes come back to this book. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I think it was written in 1939 or a long time ago. Brilliant book. He writes about, he studied 500 of the top businessmen in his day, like Henry Ford, Edison, Roosevelt, you name it. They're in this book. you've got to read it. It's really good. So you'll get a lot of inspiration out of this. It's 25 years worth of study, the way they dealt with things, how they got there, and it's all about believing, having a true desire, and putting a definite plan in place to get to that desire. So take one little piece at a time. That's a great book. Even if you want to read this one first, I was never big into reading. I only read a couple of books while I was at school, and now I've read about 12 of these business books, and that's a good one. But if you want to start off first, so I started off reading 5 pages a day. Now I read about 20, 25 pages a day, and it's just get you in the mood, get you ready, and you start believing in yourself. This is a great book, The Instant Millionaire. It's a smaller book, doesn't take long, and maybe it's a good one for a first one, then go into Napoleon Hill's. Bigger ride, doesn't take long to read it all, but it's a great, inspiring story. So read that one. Well, I'll just give you 3 today, 3 books that you should go out and get before our next video, and even start reading a few pages of one, so just mix it up a bit. This one here, absolutely, I needed it and recommend. You've got to go and buy it. How to Win Friends and Influence People. So this will teach you how to deal with the different personalities. There's a lot of different personalities out there. I was a little bit stubborn, very strong-willed. I believe in helping the underdog, and I've stood up many a times against the big bullies, the big bosses, and walked out of jobs and stuff where I probably could have took a different approach and got better results. So this really helps. So read this book. Yeah, that's a big one. So that's a good start. Change your habits. So let's get a habit. Let's do our fitness in the morning. Listen to some motivational stuff. Get on YouTube. There's plenty of stuff on there. Les Brown is the best that I personally think. Tony Robbins is the next, but you'll find these mixes on there, and Matus M is a good one, and we'll have a mixture of different people speaking. And 20 minutes in the morning, do some exercise. Tony Robbins he plunges himself into cold water. It just helps your body, it refreshes you. You can just imagine what it's like. I do it in the shower. I just bang for 1 minute, cold water, freshens you up, gets you ready for the day. Bang, 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 out there to fight like Rocky Balboa, the Italian stallion, and you just feel good and pumped up and ready to go. Start knocking off those things one peg at a time. I can't wait to see the next video. We'll start putting this into place. We'll really have a scheduled week-to-week thing that we do together, and I'll tell you about my business and the struggles I've had then. So thank you very much. Great to meet you. Please follow, share this with your friends, get as many people on board as you can. Let's make a real good community here, and see you next video. Thank you.